The angle is a bit shit, to be honest, but doesn't matter. Okay, I think this will do. Okay guys, today I want to give you guys some tips on how to work on your abs. I'm gonna give you guys some tips on how I got my abs, and I want to talk about some specific points that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, and these helped me a lot, so let's go. First off, I want to talk about consistency. Consistency, you can almost train your abs like 5 times a week. The abs are really hard muscle to train, I think. It's really painful also. If you have trained abs, you'll notice. So the first point I want to talk about is body weight exercises. I think personally, body weight exercises should be the only one you need. If you want to add weight, if you want to go on a machine, it's all good, but body weight exercises should be enough. Unless you're really advanced, but then you're not watching this video probably. Not to be mean or anything, but... Okay, next point I want to talk about the lower abs. The lower abs are really difficult to develop. Especially because if you train your lower abs like with leg raises or something, it's really easy to start pulling from your back, and it takes away from the lower ab training. So that part is really hard. What I would do about it is you guys probably all know, if you've been in the gym, that you have this exercise where you need to rest your elbows on like these resting things, and you have to bring your knees up. If you do that exercise, it's gonna cause a lot of less stress on your lower back, and I find that really helpful to develop my lower abs. Next point I want to talk about is passively training your abs. Now, what does this mean? I came up with this myself. I just call it like this, and it's not really passively training, but I'll explain it. It will get logical. So, what is passively training your abs? What I mean by this is training your abs with every exercise you're doing. So, for example, let's say you're doing military press. Tense your abs, tense your whole core. It's going to be harder to breathe. It's going to be harder to do the exercise you're training or the muscle you're training, but it's going to pay off. If you're constantly tensing your core, stabilizing your core, you're going to get much more stability. You're going to get much more ab gains. Your abs are going to work always, and it's going to get a habit. So now I did this for years, and now every time I do an exercise, doesn't matter which exercise, which body part, I always tense my abs. And this also fixes your form. Think about it. If you have your body, right, and you're doing, for example, military press. Let's say I'm doing military press, and I don't tense my abs. This whole section is going to be loose. It's going to put a lot of weight on my back. It's going to put a lot of weight on my lower back, on my knees, everything, which is not necessary. If you tense your abs, your back is going to be straight. It's going to go from this, I tense, and it's going to be upright. This will improve your core stability, everything. It's going to train your abs a lot more. That's the best tip out of all these tips, but stay tuned. Next tip, vacuuming. What really got the ab definition for me was vacuuming. And what is vacuuming? Vacuuming is when you inhale, and also when you exhale, when you turn your abs inward, when you go like this. I'll show you guys. So when you inhale, when you push your abs to the back of your stomach and onto your ribs. Now what is this going to do? This is really good for the deep core muscles that aren't really talked about, that help a lot of breathing. And also, if you train these muscles, your abs, the ab muscles under your visible abs, so under the six-pack, you also have a lot of abdominal muscles. And those are really not talked about. And when you do vacuum exercises, they will be trained more, causing your abs to push out more. And also you can breathe a lot better. It helps with breathing, it helps with core stability, and those are really important. So don't forget to vacuum, to tense your muscles while training. And then the next point I want to talk about, I didn't want to go deep into exercise with this video, because you can find all the exercise you need, but what really helped me was plank. When I did plank, I had really good ab control. It didn't really develop my abs like, you know, sit-ups or something, but plank gave me an ability to feel all my abs and to contract all my abs and to stabilize my core always. This ab exercise must be my favorite. Always add this in your routine. That's a good tip. Always add these in your routine. It's really good for feeling all your muscles, feeling all your core muscles working together. And try to do plank correctly. Plank is not an easy exercise, I think. If you do it correctly, it's really, really hard. And when done incorrectly or when done too long, you start to strain your lower back. So yeah, do plank, do it correctly. Search up some videos on how to do plank correctly. You thank me for me later. Okay, so a quick summary for the tips I want to give you guys. So the first one was body weight is the only thing you need probably. Body weight exercise, sit-ups. And also this one, if you're going to the gym, I would use this one. Otherwise leg raises until you feel your back. And then just try it your next workout till it gets better. Focus on the lower abs. Lower abs are really important. They're the most hardest abs to make show up, to develop because of straining your back, what we talked about. Then the biggest step was specifically training your abs. Tense your core with every exercise you do. It's better for your back, it's better for your form. It's almost automatically gonna fix your form with every exercise. So that was 2. 3 is plank. Master the plank. Plank's really important for stabilizing core muscles and working with abs and having those ab control. You know, with ab control I mean the mind-muscle connection, and your obliques, and your lower abs, really important. So 3 is plank, and 4 was the vacuum. Learn to vacuum, work those deep core muscles, and you'll thank me later. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys like my tips, if it helped you guys, drop a like down below and I'll comment back, probably really fast, because my channel is really small now. So yes, till next time.